This is the Michael Myers fanatic back with another video, and I thought I would weigh in on the newly announced Leprechaun reboot from director Felipe Vargas in the works at Lionsgate. First of all, I want to give a shout out to the biggest Leprechaun fan out there, Leppy Laddie, and he runs a page on Twitter and Instagram. So if you search Leppy Laddie on Twitter, you'll find him. Huge Leprechaun fan. I think he met Warwick Davis a couple of times. I also want to give a shout out to another Leprechaun fan named Adam, aka Anti Cena Guy. Shout out to you, sir. I'm a huge Leprechaun fan as well. I have the first 6 films on DVD. You guys have heard me make several Leprechaun videos on the channel. I've had Mark Jones, who created the franchise, on this channel as well. Here are my thoughts on another reboot. No. No. For what? The last 2 reboots have been trash. Origins was trash and Returns was trash. So why do it again? Let me explain something to you. See this man right here? Well, if you want to call him a man, but this guy right here, this is the Leprechaun, Warwick Davis. Only one person can play the Leprechaun. That is Warwick Davis and nobody else. The Leprechaun is like Freddy Krueger in the sense that only one person can play Leprechaun. And only one person can play Freddy Krueger, and that's Robert Englund. They should just leave the Nightmare franchise alone before they ruin it even more than it's already ruined with that 2010 piece of garbage. Leave it alone. If Robert doesn't want to come back, let Freddy rest. Same thing here. If you cannot get Warwick Davis back, leave this alone. You just can't play the Leprechaun. Now, I'm a huge fan of Wishmaster, which is another highly underrated franchise. And the Wishmaster is very similar to the Leprechaun because, like the Leprechaun, he grants wishes. But the difference is, even though I love Andrew Devolf, almost anybody can be the Wishmaster because the Wishmaster can be anybody. You might say, well, what do you mean by that? Well, the Jinn is a creature that has the ability to transform into anybody that he wants. He has to kill them first, and then he can become them. So he can just take on another personality. The Leprechaun can't do that. Yes, he can turn into other people, but essentially the Leprechaun is the Leprechaun, and he can't change that. Freddy Krueger is Freddy Krueger, and he can't change that. Wishmaster can be anybody he wants to be. He literally said in part 4, I can be anybody you want me to be. So anybody can be him. Anybody can play the Wishmaster. Does he have a personality of his own? Yes. But he knows how to blend in amongst other human beings, whereas Leprechaun can't do that. He can't do that. He's going to always be the Leprechaun. The Wishmaster can be literally be anybody he wants to be. So as long as the person, the actor, is good at being an asshole, which essentially the Wishmaster is, because he will take your darkest fears, your darkest pain, and he will beat you to death with it. Freddy sort of does the same thing. So Freddy is also very similar to the Wishmaster, because the Wishmaster will take your dreams and turn them into your nightmares, like Freddy Krueger. This guy, however, can't do that. So therefore, only one person can play him. And that one person is Warwick Davis. No disrespect to Hornswoggle or Dylan Pastor or whatever his name is, but he did a horrible job. Lyndon Porco, while he may have had the mannerisms down and the voice somewhat down, he can't be the Leprechaun either. It's a job for only one person, and that person is Warwick Davis. They keep doing the same thing over and over. They wait a couple of years and then they reboot the franchise. And I'm willing to bet you this reboot is going to be no different than the last two reboots. Same shit. Group of kids discovers house or discovers a well or discovers something. They're going to put their hands on it, or they're going to be somewhere they shouldn't be, and the Leprechaun is going to escape, and this movie is going to be cheesy as hell. That's it. Now, this guy who's a big Leprechaun fan, Leppy Laddie, I'm having him on the channel, and we're going to talk Leprechaun in the coming weeks. And I respect this guy. This guy is awesome. But where we disagree is he thinks that Lyndon Porco or the other guy, whoever, can play the Leprechaun. I don't think that. I think we need Warwick Davis for Leprechaun 7, which is what Darren Bousman or whatever his name is, he tried to do. He legit wanted to make a Leprechaun 7, and he didn't get to do it. And now, because of that, we're likely going to get a steaming, stinking pile of shit. Period. I think they should just leave it alone. Don't make any more Leprechaun movies. But you know what? Lionsgate, I'm guessing the first thing they're thinking about is money. They don't really give a shit about the quality. Just make money. Just put the Leprechaun name on there. Let me say this to you. I want to pose a question to Lionsgate. Why can't you just make a movie about a leprechaun, or just make a movie about a creature that kills people? It can just be your generic horror movie. You know why you can't? Because that won't sell. You need to use a famous name. Basically, you take a pile of trash, you know it's gonna be trash, but you take it and you slap a famous name on it because you know the name will draw views. Like I said, Hollywood is basically concerned with getting views. You take a video, you put the right title on it, a bunch of people will click on it. And that's what this is. All I know right now is that Felipe Vargas, or it could be pronounced Philippe, pardon me if I'm mispronouncing your name, but either way, all I know is that he's directing this movie. And some people will say, well, Myers fan, why are you so cynical? Nothing has even been announced yet, because I know how these Leprechaun reboots go. There have been 2 of them already, and both of them have sucked. Origins was really bad. At least with Returns, they tried to get somewhat of a decent reboot, but I'm against it. In case you can't tell, those are my thoughts on it. I don't think anybody can do this. I think it should just be Warwick Davis, just like nobody else can play Freddy except Robert Englund. If you can't get Warwick Davis back, leave it alone. If you can't get Robert Englund back, leave it alone. I like Andrew Devoff as the Wishmaster. I love Andrew Devoff as the Wishmaster. But as I said, Wishmaster or the Djinn can basically be anybody he wants, as he stated himself in the fourth movie. So therefore, as long as the person is good, as long as the person is good at being bad, the actor is good at being bad, then they've basically got the job. Because lots of people are really good at being evil. Anybody can be evil if they're a good actor. But not everybody can be the Leprechaun. Not everybody can do what Warwick Davis did. And not everybody can do what Robert Englund did as Freddy. And I'm not diminishing the Wishmaster. Listen to me. I love the Wishmaster. He's fucking awesome. But because he can be anybody, anybody can play him. If that makes any sense. Because that's the way the character's set up. He can literally be whomever he wants to be. This guy right here does not have the ability to do that. Freddy Krueger does not have the ability to do that. So therefore, only the people that originated their personalities should play them. Yes, Andrew Devoff gave the Wishmaster a personality. Yes, he did. But as you saw, the Wishmaster was also portrayed by a woman in the first film. And she did a good job. So it's a totally different situation. Because Warwick Davis literally is the Leprechaun. Robert Englund literally is Freddy Krueger. But the Djinn can be whomever he wants to be. Whomever you want him to be, as long as you follow the formula. And the formula basically says this: whomever wakes the Djinn gets 3 wishes. Upon the granting of the third, the unholy legions of the Djinn shall be freed upon the earth. And the Djinn is not allowed to kill you unless and until you make a wish. As long as you follow that, you're good to go. So a lot of people are going to say, well, why did you waste a lot of time talking about the Djinn? Because they're very similar, Leprechaun and the Djinn. They both grant wishes. That's why I did that. So anyway, those are my thoughts on this Leprechaun reboot. Warwick Davis imprinted himself onto the Leprechaun. So therefore, nobody else can play him, just as Robert Englund imprinted himself onto Freddy Krueger, and nobody else can play him. But with the Djinn, as long as you follow the formula that I just laid out, he's basically a blank canvas, and you can put onto him what you will, as long as you follow the formula. Alright guys, that's it. Thank you for watching. I'm not in favor of a Leprechaun reboot. Thank you. Please be sure to follow me on all forms of social media at the MyersFan25 and hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. Thank you for watching.